before I moved, I checked out the school districts and which was the best school district that had, that was going to provide the best special ed for, for my son.
Some accommodate nicely for, with kids with fetal alcohol. Some don't understand it. Some have had a 3-hour training. They go, I know it all. I'm thinking, that's great, because I've been doing this for a long time and I don't know it all.
I haven't had much good luck with the school system.
They just said to me that they needed to deal with her in an age-appropriate manner. And I just shook my head and I said, I see what the age-appropriate manner did for my oldest daughter. She ended up in a lot of trouble. She ended up failing school because the school thought she was very capable of planning and getting her homework done. They thought it was more, I think, about rebelling in the end.
It's almost impossible because you're the parent. And frankly, school officials, school teachers will look at you as if you do not know what you're talking about.
You have teachers who will say, well, he knows this and this and this about this subject, so therefore when we test him, we should be able to do this and see these kinds of results. But with the short-term memory and the frontal lobe damage, that they can have something one day and literally it's gone. The connection is not able to be made in that brain the very next week.
My son will go to school happy, wanting to do well. I'm going to get A's today, Mom. I'm going to get 100% today. He'll walk out so happy and he'll come home devastated. It breaks your heart because I have no control over it.
I couldn't read without reading things over and over and over. I couldn't pay attention, and I was super hyperactive. And so I would be getting in trouble with the teachers all the time because of my behavior.
Usually parents aren't too excited about having their kids go to a level 4 school. I'm kind of on the other side. I'm thinking, they understand him so much better. Right now he's in a level 3, so they try to put him with normal peers as much as possible. And it's very difficult for him. And, I tend to fall on the other side and say, let's just put him in the specialized school.
Every teacher I had a conflict with, and I remember I had a special ed teacher, and I would do almost anything to get to her class. So then I started misbehaving just so that I can get to the lady that can understand me.
3 of my 4 children are on IEPs, and they are all labeled with the fetal alcohol, auditory processing disorder, ADHD, oppositional defiance, all of those other little labels. But what I find is that the teachers don't care. It doesn't matter what is listed on your IEP. That's just the label. If they can't do this work right here, then they're going to have to go somewhere else.
His 5th grade teacher felt that, he's capable of not having to have that done, and he didn't follow the IEP with test taking. And it was really frustrating to see a legal document and then see it not being viewed as something that was necessary to be followed.
Fetal alcohol kids are a whole spectrum. We have kids that don't even have IEPs, but they get themselves in a little bit of trouble at school because they're so impulsive.
Even until you have it in black and white in the testing, hand the testing to them, they go, oh, wow, I never realized that. That gives me more insight. And then they're okay for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden, it's back to, this is just choice behavior.
Some of the schools do well, and some of the schools do abysmally. And it has to do with the school's resources as well as their education. Lots of school administrations still don't know anything about this. And even those who do don't know how they're going to get the resources to deal with it. So it's a very slow process, but it's getting there. I talk to parents who are very happy with what the school system's doing for them, and other parents who are going nuts because they're not getting any support at all.
I know she has it in her to finish high school, get a GED. She wants to go to college to be a nursing assistant. And I tell her, if you can see it, honey, you can do it.
And I've seen kids that have made wonderful strides, just getting the little bit of help that we offer. There's a young man that I worked with that was bound and determined to drop out of school. And I made him stay in school this year. I said, I don't care if you fail every class. You will stay in school.
They have more obstacles to get through what they need to get through to reach their goals. But with the proper support, they can do this.
So now this year, he lives in Minneapolis. He's in a great program that will allow him to be successful because he's finally found the right program. But I had to be a little, I had to tell him, nope, you have to stay here. Well, he's 19. I said, you will graduate. You just watch. But you have to, stay in this program. And he's made great strides just by having somebody walk alongside that said, no, you can do it. Even when he says, I can't do it, it's like, no, you can do it. Let me show you how, and I'll walk with you.
They can go to college. They can live semi-independently. I mean, but they're always going to need that external brain to help them think things through.
I think one of my biggest frustrations with families dealing with fetal alcohol is the lack of services.